Hello, hello, hello. So, I'm just gonna go over the most absolute basic newbie guide for how to place traps and tunnels. It's very simple. Each trap has their own purpose. Each trap has a way to place it. You don't want to place it wrong. Like you don't want to place a broadside open out in the field where nothing's gonna bounce off of. You're not gonna do anything with that. So, basics is these are stand-ins for the spawns. Like this is where the Husk are gonna come from. And let's see, we'll build the stand-in for the objective like right here. That's our objective right there. As you see, we have two entrances for them to come up. So these are how to place the traps. So I'm gonna go over here and the most basic one. So we have this ramp right here. This is a way for them to get up. All you want to do is place a wall and a ceiling like this. Stand back from the back of the tunnel where you see the gas tank of the drop trap back from the stair like this. Place it right there and that will stop Husk from coming up. When you have a drop trap facing in this direction, the opposite direction of the ramp going up, it will give them knockback and have them fall backwards, essentially making them take a ton of damage, and they will fall right back and then have to walk back up, and if it reloads in time, they'll have to go right back down. And we have this floor right here, so we should place a wall launcher right there, so they get launched back anyways, and that will prevent them from getting pretty close to here. So we have that, and we're going to do it over here too, but this time we're going to do this, so they can still walk up, and we'll mess that up, but we'll place this, do the same thing, and then the same thing will happen here. If you want extra structural support, you can do that, and then place some gas traps, but we'll go over that later. So now we have the entrances covered, and we want to do the main tunnel. So we're going to block this off, and block this off, and block this off. So now that we're coming into one, so what we want to do here is build the tunnel, and then build the tunnel. They're going to the objective right there. So if the mission is exploding death bomb, don't put roofs. Tunnels aren't going to work either. Just spam traps above them. That's all you can do for exploding death bomb. But for normal missions, you want to build like this, and here's the basic tunnel. So now we're going to have them coming in, and we're just going to spam gas traps. The directionality of the gas trap does not matter whatsoever. And now we're going to take care of these walls. So this is how you properly use a broadside. If you see two walls facing each other, this and this, so now they will bounce back and forth and do the most maximum damage possible. And then right here for the entrance, we want to place a floor freeze this way. We want to place it walking in, so when they get froze, they will bounce back. The impact will knock them back, and it might not be enough to knock them down the stair, but it'll be enough to knock them back a little bit into the tunnel. So we're going to do the same thing here, and then we're just going to walk the tunnel, walk the tunnel, walk the tunnel, and then now we're here. So here, typically, you want to place wall launchers. So now we're going to wait for those to craft. And every time we see one of these where they can get pushed back, we will place a wall launcher. So there's a wall launcher, and here's a wall launcher. This is what wall darts are for. Wall darts are 3 tile. They shoot 3 tiles out, so if I place one here, it'll go here, here, and here, and hit everything in those tiles. But when you have a large open thing like this where broadsides can't bounce off directly, you want to place a wall dart, and that'll do all the damage here, and then a wall dart here, and it'll do all the damage coming out that way. This is really good clutch. If something gets too close and that thing reloads just in time, they're gonna die. They will not touch your base if it reloads in time. So here we're gonna place 2 broadsides, broadside, broadside, and then now they'll take damage here. You can place a wall launcher here too to keep them at that. And here is a basic tunnel. So now you want to build some protection around it. So I'm going to edit my cones this way where they're facing outward. And we're gonna place, wall, 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 wall. You don't usually have to place. You do have to place walls here, but I didn't because I'm floating in the sky. Wall, and that'll be enough block off to deter them from wanting to break the wall in. We'll do the same thing over here. We'll wall, 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 and then cone this way, this way, this way, this way. Wall, 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 wall. And here we go. They are now successfully deterred from wanting to come in this way. And since they're going to be walking in this way, I think, yeah, we're just going to leave them that way. But kind of want to turn this one this way so it gives a little bit more reinforcement. But other than that, that's fine. So now the Husk will spawn here, and most of the pathing will pick this way. Most of them will, but you know, some of them will obviously come this way, maybe smashers, some mist monsters, but it's mostly going to be this way. Now they're going to come up and they're going to get hit by this, they're going to fall back down, and whatever Husk didn't get hit by the knockback, they're going to come up, get frozen, take a ton of damage from the gas trap, because when they get frozen by the freeze, they take 20% more damage, and this is just going to linger on them. And then usually they'll get hit by this, and they will fly out this way. And if you have enough knockback on it, they will. But this one is a low knockback, so they'll just fall over here and just get hit even more. And then once they unfreeze, if they don't die from the gas trap, they'll bounce back. And then usually have to face this again, or they'll just walk forward and get hit again and have to take the broadsides, which if that doesn't kill them, you're probably dealing with a smasher. And then they'll get here, do the same thing. I mean, a smasher usually will get to this point, but he's probably going to take a lot of damage where you can just one hit him with a xenon bow or something. He's not going to really make it. And as for making them take a little longer to move, you can do that. So for example, this is a low knockback, so I can do this. You want to place edited like this, and then like this, so when they walk in, they'll stop, figure out the walk around, stop, figure out to walk around, and then we'll put one here, and then they'll stop and figure out how to walk around, and we'll do the same, and they'll stop and they'll figure out how to walk around. And that is the absolute most basic newbie tutorial on a tunnel. This is not all encompassing. This is literally just how to place the traps. If you're having lopper issues, flinger issues, you know, you can place them on top of the tunnel like that. It's pretty basic. Floor launchers. I don't really use floor launchers that often, but if you have like a slope like that leads off into a pit, you could just place that, and then walls here or whatever, or like in wall lights or whatever, and then do this. But you know, you can just place a floor spike down and then wall launchers, and then they'll just usually always fall down. Wall spikes, you mostly want to use wall spikes if you're trying to reinforce a wall. Say for example, this wall right here, you're scared this wall is going to break. You want to put the healing attached perk on it and then place it on that wall, and it'll effectively work as a Nox, right? It'll heal the wall. Just if you're feeling a little scared, it'll keep it a little healed. Ceiling electric field. So the spawn out here. Let's say you just wanna, you're just feeling lazy today. You're feeling lazy. You want to place the ceiling electric 2 tiles above the spawn, and it'll hit anything that spawns. Any little Husk is usually not going to make it out of there. The little Husk will take so much damage from the ceiling electric field that they're not going to make it out of there. Ceiling Zapper should only be used at the end of a tunnel. Say for here, we place the ceiling Zapper here and it kills the smasher or whatever. They're not good for multiple target. They're only good for single target. Retractable floor spikes, you usually sometimes want to place them in the very beginning of a tunnel, but I don't recommend it. I recommend just doing floor braces. Unless you're doing like Frostnite or something. They're pretty helpful in Frostnite. Sound wall. If you're having a propane wave and you don't think your traps are going to kill them fast enough, you can place sound walls like right next to the stairs, or just in their path. Like you can place one right here or whatever, or you can replace this with a sound wall, or you could place like a wall next to the the slope but didn't place a sound wall. If you're having issues with propanes, that's what they're used for. The wall dynamos, on the other hand, they are kind of weird. I personally like to do wall dynamos like this, placing wall dynamos on each side if the Husk are pathing this way, so Husk are walking this way and this way. They won't take a lot of damage, but it's kind of useful. They're not the greatest traps. Tar pits. The tar pits are unbelievably useful in 160s, right? So say you're having issues with smashers, right? You will want to put them all around the outer part of the objective, so it's like here and here. So a smasher charges, it stops right in its tracks, and you can kill it before it destroys anything else. The issue with the floor freeze is that the floor freeze will freeze him. It'll stop him in his tracks, but it won't stop him from moving. So when he unfreezes, he will just continue to charge at full force with no slowdown. So you want to have tar pits around the objective to stop the smashers from instantly breaking everything and giving you a chance to kill them. The wall lights are kind of very situational. If you really want to use a wall light, you could do it like here or somewhere where they just kind of take more damage. Wall lights aren't the most usable. So that's about it. If I got anything wrong, or if you guys want to suggest some stuff, just let me know in the comments, or like message me on Discord or anything, Twitter, you know, the usual. But that's about it. That's about it for how to use traps and save the world.